Okay, today is Monday, May 9th, and it is the very last day of my Golden Week vacation. It has been wonderful. I had exactly one plan, and that was the very first day of vacation. It's done, and for the rest of the time, I could just relax. I'm gonna go on my last run of the vacation. I'm gonna hopefully make a last vlog, and I'm gonna catch up on some work and prepare for this class. It's gonna be a productive day, and I hope it's fun. Let's go. There we are. That's where a castle used to be. Let's go. So I found this place yesterday, and I talked about it through a new kind of video-based social network called Beme. Beme is an app developed by Casey Neistat and his friends, and now a big team. And, oh, by the way, here we are. Moriya Shiro Ato Koen. Moriya is the name of the town where I live. Castle Ruins Park. Moriya Castle Ruins Park. Castle ruins are up there. Let's go take a look. So this behind me used to be the moat, like the castle moat. The castle used to be up here. This used to be some kind of island, I don't know, maybe like a guard tower or something was here, I'm not sure. You're not allowed to go there anymore because there's a gate. I definitely trespassed yesterday. So before I can tell you why I like Beme so much, I have to tell you why I like YouTube so much. So Facebook and Twitter are social networks, and they're a lot of fun because you connect with people. People you know, your family, or you can make friends from around the world. YouTube is a little bit different. YouTube is a creative platform. You make things and you upload them, and then people, you know, comment on them or watch them or give them a thumbs up or whatever. And the cool thing about YouTube is that it's based in video. Like, people have had camcorders and pocket cameras and stuff that you can take little videos on for a long time. They've had camera phones for, you know, a decade or more now. But you couldn't really do anything creative with that stuff in a serious way by yourself until YouTube came around. Before, if you wanted to make seriously creative things with a camera, you had to have a budget, basically. And YouTube just stopped all that. It didn't make the work easier, but it made the point of entry easier. It made it more accessible to millions of people. By the way, this is the information thingy for Moriya Castle. Moriya Castle Ruins. This is an old map. This is a timeline of the history of Moriya. It starts out with establishing a manor by the Taira family, which is a very famous sort of old warlord family in Japan. I wish I could pinch zoom on video. It doesn't work like that though. Oh no, it does. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so it starts at 1130, but the castle wasn't made until 1568 in May. Oh, cool. It's May right now. And then a bunch of other stuff happens, but like there's so many names and stuff I didn't bother to read it. This is cool. This is the map. This red thing says Genzaichi, it's you are here, and that is the island thing that I pointed at earlier. That is, oh no, it's not. Okay, no, this is where I was standing earlier. So there was like some wetland there was a little river, there was a thing up here, and then this, I don't know, this was like the ocean, but that's impossible. The ocean is not over there. So maybe like that was a bigger floodplain than exists today, because there is a river over there. I think it's the Kokaigawa is over there. And then this is like the sort of, I guess it's an artificial dye, a mountain, where the castle used to be. By the way, this is what it looks like now. This is what all castle ruins in Japan look like now. The castles were made of wood. They either burned down or decayed or were removed quite a long time ago. Except for a very few very important castles in Osaka and Matsumoto and Nagoya and maybe Tokyo. Does Tokyo have a castle? Tell me in the comments. But yeah, the earth remains, but the castle has been worn away by the sands of time. So YouTube is a platform that opened up an artistic medium to millions of people who didn't have access to it before, and that's awesome. What Beme does, I think, is that it takes the art out of YouTube, and that's not a bad thing. Actually, it's a really, really cool thing because it lets you doodle with videos. Let me see if I can explain that better. So like a very long time ago, in Europe, there was no paper. If you wanted to paint, you had to apprentice yourself to somebody with lots of paintbrushes and lots of paint and canvases. And if you didn't have access to those things, then you didn't grow up to be a famous painter. But eventually, paper was imported to Europe from China, and eventually sort of mass production allowed for notebooks and pencils and stuff to be made. And now any 2-year-old can get a box of crayons and a notebook or a coloring book from a parent and start practicing a skill that used to be only available to the elite, really, or the very, very lucky. In the beginning, there was the camera. Then came the movie industry, and the movie industry reigned supreme for years and years and years. And suddenly, if you could even get your hands on a camera, the things that you made wouldn't be widely distributed. Then YouTube came along, and it opened up this media market to the masses. It didn't make making art easier, but it made it more accessible. But Beme is the notebook and crayon box of video. Before I gush about it, let me explain exactly how you use Beme. So first you gotta download Beme. It works on Android and iOS. Let's go this way. The way Beme works is that your phone has a proximity sensor. Whenever you put the phone close to your body, the camera automatically starts recording. It records for 8 seconds and then it's done. And it gives you a little buzz or a little chime to tell you when it started and when it stopped. Then the video uploads automatically. There is no approval process. Now, if you use an app like Snapchat, you might think that Beme is really just Snapchat video on speed, but I don't think that's the cool part about Beme. I'm gonna turn around. Beme is spelled B-E-M-E, and maybe this is obvious to everybody, except it took me a long time to figure out that that also spells be-me. And so Beme is good for showing your followers what you're seeing, what you're doing at that moment, basically live. Unlike Periscope, there's no sense of obligation. You don't have to keep doing stuff. You have 8 seconds. It automatically starts and stops as soon as you touch it to your chest, and they do have like a record button if you want to like pan around a little bit more freely. This is what a selfie Beme looks like. Hey there. How you doing? This is what a normal Beme looks like. Camera's on my chest right now, just doing a spin. I think it's the perfect mix between reducing upload anxiety, which is a big thing for creative platforms like YouTube, and the word that probably exists that you know, the chase away audience factor. I like Periscope, I like YouTube, but if there are creators who are not good with their timing or their content pretty consistently, then I don't keep tuning back in. Beme is different. Like, you only have 8 seconds, and you can give, like, you will never have a quality 8 seconds every time. Making a YouTube video is really hard in the beginning. If you're like me, I worry about things too much. I obsess over details too much, and like, I don't like the finished product very much. But I'm always happy when I finish something. But like, the energy that you have to put into a YouTube video is pretty substantial, for me at least. You don't have to put any energy into a Beme. Minimal energy. And I think that's cool. It's the crayon box and coloring book of video. Mostly, it's a way to have fun with video. Have fun with video. That's it. That should be the Beme tagline. Like, have fun with video. Because it's only very recently that you can do anything at all with video for you know, for the attention of people that you don't know personally. And now Beme comes along, and it lowers the bar even further. It lets you have fun with video, stress-free, if you want. I hope you enjoyed this completely context-free tour of Moriya Castle ruins. I gave a more detailed tour of it yesterday on Beme. You can follow me at NowAs4Jason. Oh, there's a big tour group coming towards me. God, this is embarrassing. See you next time. Thanks for watching.